Hi, I'm Kristyn, the dietitian. Today I'm going to talk about lunches. So if your kids are home from school just like mine are, and you need some lunch ideas, I am here for you. It's nice to give the kids homemade lunches and to give them hot lunches more days than not. It's nice to cook something fresh, something healthy, and I have some great ideas. So for my first lunch idea I want to share with you, I am actually making baked oatmeal. So one idea is to serve breakfast for lunch. I also like to serve breakfast for dinner some days. I like to utilize the foods that my kids enjoy, and oatmeal is one of them. And it's not just a breakfast food. Traditionally, that's what we're used to, right? But oats are a whole grain. If you prepare it with fruit and if you bake it with milk, you've got a protein from the milk. There is a little bit of protein in the oats, and then you're getting a serving of fruit as well. You can also add some nuts or seeds on top if your kids enjoy that. That adds additional protein and fiber and also some healthy fats. A lot of people have figured out how to make hot cereals in a savory way. So instead of the traditional sweet oatmeal, you can actually find recipes for hot oatmeal, hot cream of wheat. You can make savory if you're used to eating them with sweet toppings. I would encourage you and challenge you to try making it in a savory way. It's one way I want to challenge myself too. Another breakfast for lunch idea that you could utilize is bagels. So you could make a sandwich out of it, but my kids just like cream cheese or butter like you would enjoy a bagel at breakfast. But then we pair it with a fruit, a easy veggie on the side. You can also pair it with some lunch meat if you want, or you could put a nut butter or peanut butter spread on there. So I want to encourage you, don't think of breakfast foods as just for breakfast. You can also incorporate them into your lunches or dinners. Pita pizzas are another one of my favorite lunches to prepare for my kids. It's a hot lunch, it's healthy if you utilize healthy ingredients, right? So pizzas don't have to be unhealthy. And I also like to keep this easy, right? So I just buy some pita breads, usually from Trader Joe's, but I know most stores offer some form of pita bread. Trader Joe's has a whole wheat option that I use. They also have white pita breads. And then you can either use a marinara sauce, like a regular spaghetti sauce, or you can buy pizza sauce. Either one works just fine. And then I just spread that on the pita bread and then add some cheese. So I usually do mozzarella, some shredded Parmesan. You can use whatever cheese you really enjoy. And then have fun with the toppings. You can use sliced veggies for toppings, fresh basil, which you would put on after baking, or you can add some pepperoni slices. These bake within 10 minutes. So while you're preparing your pita pizzas, just make sure you're preheating the oven and then they're done in no time. Another easy and healthy idea is to make plain baked chicken tenders. Plain meaning not breaded. So if you buy raw chicken tenders from the grocery store, you can actually bake these within 20 minutes. I just put a little bit of salt, cracked black pepper, and paprika, which adds a little bit of color, and bake them for 20 minutes or until the internal temperature reaches 165 degrees. Then you can pair this with whatever you want. You can do an easy vegetable. I like to just boil frozen broccoli for a couple minutes. You could do a roasted vegetable or just a raw vegetable that you chop up to keep it really simple. You can also put baked chicken tenders on a whole wheat tortilla and make it a wrap. If you don't want to have noodles or crackers as your carbohydrate, this would be a great way to add a whole grain. I also like to make charcuterie style lunches. So this is a nice easy way to prep a couple different foods that doesn't take more than 10 minutes to do. And there's something for everyone, right? Everyone's gonna have something that they like on that charcuterie board. So this is especially helpful for unplanned lunch days, or if you're going out for a picnic. We are actually going out on a beach day Friday, and so we're going to utilize this idea on Friday. And so I have cheese that can be cubed or sliced. I'm going to bring whole grain pita crackers. You can also slice up some whole wheat pita or white pita. Of course, you want to bring some fresh fruits, some crispy chopped vegetables. You can bring hummus to dip. I also like to bring some sliceable summer sausage. It's easy to transport and the kids enjoy it. You can also bring a small treat that everyone gets to enjoy. Don't forget to utilize leftovers for lunches. So to keep lunch easy, to keep it healthy, make sure that you plan for leftovers a couple days of the week. So I'll purposely double the recipe, or just make sure I choose a recipe I know will provide leftovers, and we'll heat that up the next day for lunch, and there's no guesswork in what you're going to eat for lunch that day. Another great simple lunch that can be served in a healthy way is quesadillas. So don't forget how easy this recipe can be. You literally just take tortillas, put cheese between them, and cook it over a hot skillet until the cheese melts and the tortillas are slightly crisped. It's another meal that can be made in 10 minutes or less. I always like to pair this with fresh cut veggies, and when I don't mind spending about 5 more minutes cooking lunch, I'll also saute some black beans. I just take a can of black beans, rinse them off, saute them in about a teaspoon of avocado oil, and add my favorite taco and chimichurri seasoning. They're delicious and flavorful. They add some additional protein and fiber to your meal. You can either put them straight in the quesadillas or just serve them on the side with the quesadillas. And don't forget, you can also use whole wheat tortillas. It doesn't have to be white. It could be white tortillas. You could make mini corn tortilla quesadillas, which are also considered a whole grain. And for my last idea, don't forget about avocado toast. So there's different ways you can serve this. You can use your kid's favorite bread, toast it up, mash up some avocado with some fresh squeezed lemon juice, and you can add a little bit of salt. You can top that with sliced veggies like sliced radish. You can add spring mix or other greens like arugula goes really good on there. If your kids happen to like anything spicy, you can put some spicy seasonings on there too. Some people really like everything but the bagel seasoning on their avocado toast. Some people like having an over medium egg that they put on top. So you can also do smoked salmon on top of there. There's so many different varieties. I'm sure that you'll be able to find something that your kid likes. And if you want lunches to feel special, don't forget to incorporate in-season foods. So I'm thinking like watermelon, for example, a traditional summer food. You can incorporate that more into your lunches and your meals over the summer, and that alone will feel special. Other examples include cherries, nectarines, and peaches. And well, you can buy berries year-round. They're in season in June, and that's when they taste the best. So if you're hoping to make your lunches feel a little bit elevated in a very easy way, try incorporating those foods that are in season, which will also help give you more variety. If your kids are burning out on things like apples and bananas, try adding some of these in-season fruits and veggies. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it gave you some inspiring lunch ideas for summer break with your children, or even just for yourself. Stay tuned for more videos, and thanks for watching.